I've got multiple locations. I'm having some problems.
Sure.
You've dealt with some clients that talk to you about how that's gotten them tearing their hair out. If you can give us an example there of an action people could take in a story.
Sure. I have multiple. The one that comes to mind for me is I talked to Joey, who is an IT consultant in the Missouri market as well, and he has a client that has 86 locations, and they just absolutely despise dealing with the 5 different internet providers that they have with 5 different bills and 5 different billing numbers and tech support numbers and
Every time something goes down.
Every time something happens, they have to figure out, okay, which network am I on? Who do I got to call? Is that what account number is that? It's a problem. It's a problem, and it's very, very frustrating.
It sounds like a nightmare spreadsheet. So
in doing that, he just said, hey, what can we do? What's the move here? And again, there's a solve for everything. And in his world, his solve was basically going to an aggregator of service that was able to consolidate all of their bills into one, be able to provide them with multiple internet service providers throughout the Missouri market while putting them into one particular account. And we changed that IT department's life, where the daily problems that they were running into turned into, still daily issues, but instead of being all day, we're talking 5 minutes. And so the amount of money that we saved them by making that change just in a billing aspect, but then also the amount of money we saved them in labor hours that they were spending on frivolous research and banging their head against the wall by who we're calling and what terminology we're using and what's happening with this site here, just made the entire department happier and more efficient in itself.
Yeah, if I can buy my team time or save them headache, that's a win. You mentioned saving money in the billing part. What do you mean there?
So depending on the aggregator, depending on the situation, depending on the number of sites, you can, I don't want to call it easily, but there is a scale of service. And as you grow to a certain size, there is some savings to be had by just having scale, having 50 sites, 60 sites, 80, 100, 1,000 sites. When you're doing that, there's discounts available in packaging that up together. So you may say, okay, well, I'm going direct to each of these providers, and that's going to be the best cost that I can get. These aggregators have wholesale costs with all of these providers as well. And the more sites that they do, the more of a discount, the more of a wholesale rate they get. So there is many times where you can save your team a lot of time and a lot of stress while also saving your bottom line some dollars as well.
So we're saving the IT team. We're potentially even saving costs or somewhat neutral or a slight premium on the service. And then I heard a quote somewhere, every time your billing department has to open an envelope and enter a bill into the system, you're looking at $10 to $15 or something. So, okay, that's so if I'm in that scenario, I've got 8 sites, 10 sites, 20 sites, 86 sites.
Sure.
What's my action? What's my takeaway?
Your action item there is to, again, find a consultant, find somebody like me, find me. Because that's something that we can walk you through and help introduce you to the right aggregator that is the right fit for your company, because they're all not created the same.